Hey people, I am live. Welcome to the Friday live stream. It is 5:30 on, what is it, November the 20th, 21st? I'm not exactly sure. It's easy to lose track of the days, I find, in these late November days. I think it's around 6 degrees Celsius. '21st. Thank you, Vivian. And hello, Vivian, and hello, Zach. What's up, Alan K? Thank you. Yeah, all of a sudden I wasn't sure. It's like, I know it's not the 19th, so it's either the 20th or the 21st. Hey, Steven, hello. Hello, Alex. Welcome to the stream. Hello, and Jason. No, we had Thanksgiving in October. That's when we do our Thanksgiving, October. Hello, Hitchkiss. How you doing? What's up, Cam and Lorraine? What's up, Greg? And Gertish is here. Hello. What's up, my YouTube account? Sal Smith and Crystal Ross, hello, and Whitby Dude. We're all having a good Friday, ready for the weekend and all that. Hey, Damon, hello. I think I better put on my gloves. It's cooling off now that we're past sundown here. Hello, Marcus. We got up to around 9 degrees earlier today. It was a pretty decent day. But I think it's going to go down to about 3 later in the evening as I stream for a couple of hours usually, if not more. Cooler in Alberta. Hey, Mark M. Hello, hello. Hello, Ty Morgan. All right, I think I'm all ready to walk here. Janice Pike and Rick, hello. Nav and Dat, welcome. Well, it's not too chilly necessarily. It's around 6 degrees. There's not much wind at the moment, so it's pretty good. Kind of similar to the conditions during my last stream. Hello, Jan. 315 Tricky. So we're going to walk around downtown tonight. I'll try to walk around some areas I didn't walk around during my last stream when I came into downtown, or the stream before that. But downtown Toronto is pretty big, right? It's easy to walk through different areas than you did last time. Hey, Perpetually Taggy, hello. Jillian. So we're on Gerrard Street. I started close to home, but I think we'll venture pretty far as I continue on. I'm not sure how far we'll go. I am going to stay within the downtown area though. Probably won't go past Bathurst Street if I go west, or past Bloor if I go north. Hey Carlos. Yeah, I'll be streaming the parade on Sunday, Santa Claus parade. Which is cheaper. Freshco is cheaper than Metro. Yeah, without question, Freshco is cheaper. Metro has some sales though, which might make it worthwhile to buy things there sometimes instead of at Freshco. So I tend to go back and forth between the two, depending on if there are things on sale at Metro or not. Alright, crossing church. So I think I might go down Victoria Street. We'll start things off maybe heading south down Victoria. Yeah, No Frills is comparable to Freshco. Some things are cheaper maybe, but some things aren't. I actually went to No Frills yesterday, to the one on Parliament that I don't like going to. I just had to go there. It was just the most logical place to go at the time, so I went there. And then I quickly remembered why I don't like going there. And I was like, I'm not coming here again. It was just such a slog just trying to make your purchases there. Like, oh boy. Everyone just seems so grumpy. The lineups at the checkouts take forever and ever. So the cashiers are grumpy, the customers are grumpy. Hey Billy T and Carl, hello. I'm doing good. What's up Craig? 613 Chris. Stress managed, hello. And hey, Mike Landry in the house with a super chat right off the bat. Thank you very much, Mike. Hello to you. Thank you very much for the $2, Mike Landry. Much appreciated. Hello, Lumiakin. Do I use instant teller? No, I don't think so. Break a window. So I take it you weren't satisfied with your experience here? At TMU, formerly Ryerson, or some people call it Timu University. Hey, Peg 282. The Ken Trespassium. I might borrow that sometime. Yeah, that's the joke. That's going around quite a bit lately, that Timu name. We're cutting through the campus here. I'm gonna walk down Victoria. So we're basically on what is Victoria at the moment. This is just a pedestrianized part called Nelson Mandela Way, I think. But it becomes Victoria Street. Hello, Lena. And Felicity, hello, hello. The chat feels more normal now that you're back from your travels. Hello, Carol. Yvonne Atherton, I'm doing well. And hello, Elvin. And Jada, happy Friday. And Megan is here. Hello, Megan. Christos, hello. And Alicia, hello to you. We're 200 people already in the chat. You're all ready for a fun Friday night wander around downtown? Looks like the weather should be good for the Santa Claus parade. You know, like around 7, 8. It said 9 yesterday. Now it looks like it's saying 7, but who knows, by Sunday that could change again. But as long as it's a somewhat pleasant, non-rainy day, I think it'll work out well for everyone. I'm hoping for a nice sunny 10 degrees or something, but that might be wishful thinking, but you never know. That would be really nice conditions though for a live stream. You never know what you're going to get in late November. Hey, Famous Master, hello. And Nancy Mattis, hello, hello. Hello, Mo, and welcome. Yeah, the Imperial Pub is closed now. The signage is down. It's all boarded up. So demolition is, you know, going to be happening pretty soon. Hello, Jonathan. And Modano, what's up? Welcome to the stream, Modano. Sunset just happened about an hour ago or so, WWG. The days are pretty short now. So there's where the Imperial Pub was. We'll just take a look. I'll show you what it looks like now that it's all shuttered and forlorn looking. Used to work at Omni. No more sign. And my Burrito Boys is also closed down and boarded up. So this whole block is going to be torn down. All these old buildings you see right there, they'll all be torn down. Hey, Mr. Majestic. And they're building a student residence there. I think it's going to be a 21-story student residence. It's like a big hulking looking building. Not the most attractive looking building, kind of ugly to be honest, but most student residences tend to be that way, I find. Just a big blocky looking thing. Looks like it could be a vertical prison or something. For Timu University. Hello Ted, how you doing? Yeah, they're still illegal, those scooters. Thanks. Electric scooters, yeah, they're not legal, but people just ride them willy-nilly anyway. I mean, the cops don't enforce it, so why not, right? Here's the Senator. This is a landmark. That's not closed. That's one of the longest running businesses downtown. Hey, Capo Cappy, hello. I did say Timu. That's the running joke these days. Hey, Tavane, hello. And hello, Marla. Welcome to the stream, Marla. Ed Mervish Theater. Yeah, the Velvet also. I have a feeling another place will open up where the Velvet was, though. I have a feeling, because that place is just obviously meant to be a live music venue. So let's see what comes in there to replace the Velvet. Maybe it'll be something good. Massey Hall. Guess there's a show tonight. Looks like the sign isn't completely lit up there. It's Mass Hall tonight. What's happening at Mass Hall? Hey, Alan K, $2. Happy Friday evening proper. Actual Friday evening, right? Now that I switched up my streaming schedule a bit, we have to experience real Friday evenings now instead of the other sorts of Friday eves we used to experience, which was actually a Thursday, if you didn't get that. Thank you very much, Alan K. Cheers, Alan. Much appreciated. Hello, Chowdhury. Hey, Randy Ruck. Hello.
I saw you put this.
Trixie Cat. 20 pounds. Holy moly, thank you, Trixie Cat from across the pond, with a very generous super chat. Hope you're enjoying the walk so far. We're just getting started. I'm sure we'll encounter some less depressing looking sights as we continue through downtown. I just noticed a comment up above yours just a minute ago, but thank you very much, Trixie Cat, for 20 pounds from across the pond. Hope all is well with you. Cheers. Thank you so much, Trixie Cat. Much appreciated. And hello, Brianna. Hello. This time I said your name right. Oh, thank you, Brianna. Is this a famous film spot? Not that I know of, Nancy. I mean, all around downtown, there's bound to be things that were filmed pretty much on most of the major streets at some point, but I can't think of anything in particular that was filmed around here that is famous, you know. Hello, RMD. I'm not sure what's so depressing about things. We're just literally walking down a street in downtown Toronto. I mean, I'm not sure how it's depressing already to some people. Hey, Christos, $10, a small token of appreciation. Holy cow, thank you also to Christos for supporting so generously. And it is very much appreciated. And Finder Palace also $2.79. Holy cow. Thank you to Christos and Finder Palace. Thank you very, very kindly to both of you for the super chats. Well, things don't look much different, Nancy, you know, to me just walking around. It just seems like pretty much the same, although according to the crime stats, violent crimes are way, way down this year, especially like things like homicide, you know. Like only half as many as at this time last year. That's a huge, huge drop, right, this year. Not that homicide was rampant in Toronto anyway. Toronto's always had a fairly low homicide rate, but this year is extremely low. Like, yeah, only something like 30 some only. You know, that sounds like a lot to some people, but normally at this time of year we might have had like around 60 or so in the city, and it's only around 30, I think, this year. So that's a pretty big drop. No one's exactly sure why. Randy Ruck also $20 or $10. Thank you, Randy Ruck. Jeez, I'm being spoiled here right off the bat tonight. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Randy Ruck. Much appreciated. And what's this? Another one. Holy moly. Sal Smith, $20. Cheers. Punch buggy, no punchbacks. Where was the punch buggy? I think I missed it. I missed the punch buggy. But thank you very, very much, Sal Smith,
What did you say?
for your super chat. I missed the punch buggy though, Sal. But cheers to you. Thank you. Hey, Freeway of Other. Hello. I'm not sure about things like property crime and that sort of thing, but yeah, violent crime is way, way down this year compared to last year and years previously, right? And it's happening not only in Toronto, but in a lot of major cities all around North America. Thank you, Nancy. Oh yeah, no doubt, Felicity. Yeah, no doubt. Same as in Brazilian cities too, right? Rio. could probably walk around and do pre-recorded videos, maybe, if you have a small camera that you can sort of keep out of view, maybe. But walking around with a big old gimbal and phone like this, not a good idea. Yeah, I was looking for a punch buggy. So maybe there wasn't one. Oh, okay. All right, Sal. Yeah, I think those glasses are going to start to become very popular, especially as the technology improves. If you can do live streams with them. I'm not sure if you can with any yet, but most of them have a red light flashing when you're in recording mode, so people would be able to tell still. But I guess there's a reason for that, right? Otherwise you could get away with some weird shit, right? If people didn't know you were recording. Yeah, it's strange how things are different, right, between two cities and two countries on two continents. I guess it's not so strange, but you know what I mean. King Street. I don't know why I'm standing here. It's like I was waiting for a light that doesn't even exist here or something. Does the 16 million include the whole metro area of Buenos Aires? I think that includes the whole metro area, right? Because Toronto has 3 million just in the city, but way more with the metro area, like more like 7-8 million, depending on how you measure it. Let this car go. Okay, you can go. No need to be so timid. You can go. It's like looking at me the whole time. It's funny how some drivers are timid like that and other ones are extremely aggressive. Yeah, I think the Greater Golden Horseshoe has over 10 million. That's a much wider area though. Hey, Lawson Martin, hello. Yeah, I was looking at Buenos Aires on Google Maps recently. Just sort of taking it all in, you know, looking at the aerial 3D view and that sort of thing. Big, huge, dense city for sure. But when you're looking at it like that, it's kind of hard to tell what is considered the core, you know, of the city, because it just goes on, and there's so many areas that look like they could be the core, but you're like, is that it? Where's considered downtown? Is there such a thing even, you know? Like cities like Tokyo are the same. There's so many clusters that look like they could be the core, a bunch of skyscrapers, and then like a few miles away there's another one that's just as big. There's no one true dominating downtown, you know, in Tokyo. When you look at Toronto, it's pretty obvious where downtown is. There are tall buildings all over the whole metro area, but by far downtown Toronto has this enormous cluster of skyscrapers that stands out. That's just how we do it in North America, I guess, right? Hey, YOLO, hello. I'm funny. I wasn't even trying to be funny. I'm funny without even trying to be. Not a bot. And Wellesley, hello. Mark Allen Holmes, what's up? Hello, Jedro. Or Jedroston, maybe? That's how you say that? Got over 300 people watching already. Cheers, thank you everyone. If you're new, maybe, first time watcher perhaps, feel free to come and say hi in the chat. You do have to subscribe though. But you know, maybe you want to do that anyway, right? You can check out future streams. If you subscribe, hit the notification bell also so that you'll be notified when I do future streams, because I do these regularly, a few times a week. I'll do a live stream, and I post pre-recorded videos on the other days of the week. Alright, maybe I'll head over to Union Station, but then I'll take a little jaunt down south into the South Core area. We'll take a walk through there for a bit. And then maybe I'll go west for a bit. I don't know, I'm just sort of winging it, to be honest. But like I said, I am going to stay in the downtown area tonight. Hello, Hallie Allen. Hey, thanks, Famous Master. Alright, let's cross Young. Check out the Sky Tower. Although Buenos Aires doesn't have any buildings as tall as that, though. Even though it's a bigger city, they don't build the buildings taller there. S. Giles, hey, you're very welcome. And Learn to Live, hello. It's the Hockey Hall of Fame. Awesome old building. Hello. Oh, I thought someone was saying hello, maybe not. Hey, Ted, hello. You're at the Hockey Hall of Fame. I've never actually been, you know. I just always show it from the outside, never been inside. Alright, maybe I'll cross. Let's break the rules of the road and cross here without the aid of an actual intersection. Just because I wanted to avoid the music over there. That place always blasts loud music all the time. It's on my radar of places to avoid. Hey Jacques, hello. And Pine Sol, how you doing? Got some rush hour type activity going on.
Guys, I am coffee here. Right this way.
See you.
Thank you so much again.
Yeah, a lot of these people are going Back to the suburbs, hopping on the GO train. Getting off work. My day was pretty good, Jillian. Just sort of chilled at home, to be honest. Just enjoying hanging out in my apartment. Sometimes you just really enjoy just sitting around inside, you know? Hey, Chris Mills, good evening. Hey, Thomas, yeah. I'd say it's definitely a busy time for a union here.
That's right.
Dubravka, hello. And a baby Grinch. Yeah, it's still rush hour. I would say an hour ago, though, was the busier time. We kind of missed the peak busy time, but definitely still busy enough. Especially outside of Union, it's always like this. All the taxis vying for fares here. Hey Drew, hello. I'm gonna tend to my power bank here. It's actually doing pretty good tonight. I've barely lost any battery so far. Hello, Leo. Hey, Christopher Walking. Yeah, it is a pretty pleasant evening. Let's just walk through the Great Hall. We'll go back out the other end. I know, right? Nautibat, you'd think a job like that would take maybe a month or so. Somehow it's taking like a year, if not more. Hey Robert, haven't seen any UFOs tonight, not like last time. I'll keep my eyes peeled though. And hello Scott. You're saying this is quieter than the Philly station? I don't know about that, Scott. I'm pretty sure this is the second busiest train station in all of North America. Second only to not Grand Central, but second to Penn. Only Penn Station is busier. Unless you meant the Philly station is quieter. In which case, yeah, it is, yeah. I like this little walkway here.
You mean the task or? Oh, okay, I see you.
Let's get some random person shouting off in the distance somewhere. Hello, Darren?
Bro avoided the
I think they installed some metal, yeah, these things. So they're installing these things now too in front of the station, not just those big blocks. These ones are new here. They kind of look like shit, to be honest. Like, what's up with that? Couldn't they make them like all nice and shiny and smooth, you know? Is this the final product here? I don't know. Why do they look like that? How hard is it just to install some nice looking bollards along the front of Union Station? Why does it have to be this years-long process with all sorts of questionable looking solutions? Why? That looks like oatmeal, right? Yeah. Like, these are what used to be all along the front of the station, these things, for like the last 6-7 years, right? These jersey barriers, as they call them. So I guess what they have now is an improvement over these things. But it's taken them forever just to get rid of these too. Like, things move like molasses here sometimes. It's quite maddening, you know, when they're trying to do these improvements to the public realm. Is everything just so mired in corruption and bureaucracy? Does everything have to be like that, you know? Transit projects, barriers in front of Union Station. Nancy Mattis, $10. Congrats on reaching 30K subscribers. May the Continuum continue to live long and prosper. Thank you very much, Nancy. I haven't actually hit 30K quite yet, but it's happening very soon. Maybe in the next month I'll be hitting 30K. But thank you in advance for the 30K super chat, Nancy Mattis. Cheers, Nancy. Much appreciated. 30K. It's coming up soon. Hey, Midnight Rainbow. And Mojo. Hello, Surge. Welcome.
Crackhead Lane?
Yes.
Oh, now you want to go down that one.
Hey, Atlantic Dreamer. If I walk 30K steps, so I have done that more than once. I hit 20K steps fairly regularly. Hello, Joseph. Yeah, I have no ideas on how to improve the leaves. Three hours is around 20K, close to it, I would say. Somewhere between 15 and 20. $18 maybe. Hey, Expelta, hello, and Bestest Times Reborn. He looked very comfy, didn't he? It's a bit hard to breathe with all the smoke, though, as I walk past there. Got hot dogs. This is always a lively-ish area, especially if there's events taking place. Hey, thank you, Vivian. That's right. Do all those things that Vivian just said there. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Come and say hi in the chat if you do subscribe if you want. Or you can lurk. It's all good. It's always fun to say hi to a new viewer, though. $362 people right now. $374 just jumped up. It's awesome to have you all. There's an awesome look at the tower right there. Hey, what's up, Andy Wood? And this is one of the only spots left where you can get a good view of the old Royal York Hotel without buildings blocking it. Unless you're like right across the street from it or something, but from further away, this is one of the last views left, I think. It's like a landmark. That used to be the tallest building in the city for a little while in the late 1920s. Until the Commerce Court Tower overtook it around 1931-ish. Done way dumb. $10. Warm, refreshing beverage. And they are expensive downtown, right? Thank you. Thank you very much. Done way dumb. Very much appreciated. I will definitely put that towards a beverage.
Yo!
Yeah, I thought he was saying yo to me. I don't think he was, though. These utes are unpredictable. You never know. Johnny be good. What's my Instagram? It's Ken Continuum. There's a link in the description down below to my Instagram. Let's try out this stone couch here. It's not too bad. Kind of have to lean pretty far back though. You know, the Utes. You gotta watch out for those Utes. What's up? Just two dreamers living life. Hey, is Marie Palmer here? I had a little bird tell me that today is her birthday, so happy birthday to Marie Palmer. Or maybe it was Facebook that told me. I didn't know there was a Tim Hortons right here. Huh. Where have I found myself here now? Hello, Karen. Got more of these little couch type things here. Some neat views here. The Gardner Expressway. It does look like a Flintstone couch. It does, exactly. Yes, it does, Hank. We're under the Gardner here. Where the heck am I? I know where I am, but I wasn't expecting to come this way. Hey, Woodstock, hello. And B Banger. All right, enjoy your dinner, Scott. Not the prettiest spot to hang out. The lights take a long time here. Some people don't want to wait, which I can understand. maybe I don't want to wait. Okay, I guess I'm good to go. A new Timmy's open in Bloor West Village. You know what I saw? What was it, on Wednesday? I streamed through Bloor West Village on Wednesday night and past High Park, and there's a new Baskin Robbins I noticed opening around there, Felicity, not too far from you. I don't know if you like Baskin Robbins, but it's there anyway, or it will be there. Hey, Maycock Janet, hello. So you're just not a fan of the chain type places. I mean, I guess that's pretty obvious considering all the places we've gone to. None of them have been chains, right? Maybe one or two, sort of, that had another location, maybe. We just took a little jaunt through part of the South Core. We'll go back up into downtownish proper.
Oh, the corner. Oh, the Texans. Yeah, some of the Chargers.
Yeah, I don't eat much ice cream in the winter either. None really. Even in the summer I don't eat all that much. Maybe some ice cream sandwiches, some creamsicles. That's pretty much all I had this past summer. South Core views here. Still got over 90% battery on my phone. Although I don't think tonight will be as long a stream as it was Wednesday night. I went like, what, 3.5 hours almost? I won't be doing that tonight. Maybe 2.5 hours. 90, over 90, 90. Alright, last time I was around here was when the Blue Jays were still in the World Series, right? Seems like another era already. It was another time. A different time. A different feeling. Hey, good evening, Jefferson. Still got people out here doing whatever though. I'm not sure. I guess they're just here for the CN Tower tourists and the aquarium tourists. Doing what they do there. Here's the Rec Room and the Toronto Railway Museum. Got a lot of nice old rail cars here. An old original GO train passenger car over there. I've never ridden on that little mini train. There's one in my hometown, North Bay, also on the waterfront there. I have ridden on that one before. That was like 20 years ago around. There's a pretty big movement now. A lot of pressure to bring the Skydome name back, you know? I wonder if Rogers will listen. They could keep the Rogers branding, but just add the Skydome name, you know, Rogers Skydome, like why not? Sounds better than Rogers Center. How generic, right? Rogers Skydome sounds way better. Hello, Jasmine. Welcome back. And Robin Man, hello. Hello, our Toronto. Yeah, I had to show that because I knew you were here, Jasmine, so gotta show the tower.
Legitimate reasons though, like, to be honest. One got shingles.
Hey Bodie, happy Friday night. Should we rename the CN Tower? I don't see the need for that. I think at this point a lot of people don't even know what the CN stands for in CN Tower. I think a lot of people think it's Canadian National Tower or something like that. Or Canada's, I should say Canada's National Tower. Because CN is Canadian National, right? The railway. Some people mistakenly call it the CNN Tower, which is ridiculous. Hey, thank you, Joseph. All right, have a good time out with your friends. Glad to hear it, Gertij. Streaming for an hour, 23 minutes. 350 some people watching. I think eventually I'm going to start going north though. So we'll check out another part of downtown. We're here at the southern end of downtown now. Down close to the lake. This is Bremner Boulevard. So I'm gonna choose a street to go north up. Another neat shot for all you CN Tower lovers out there. I count myself among those. Hello, Rob. Welcome, Rob. Renaming Ontario Place. I kind of like the name Ontario Place. I think that name is, you know, worthy of keeping. Just waiting to cross here. You're over the tower? Well, I don't think I'll ever be over the tower. I'll be under it a lot though, looking up at it. I wanted to walk past here because they finally opened up the sidewalks here after this very long-lasting construction project with these two huge condo towers. It's always nice when sidewalks suddenly are open to the public again after being covered up with construction hoarding for years. It's like, wow, look at And especially when new retail spaces open up, which will be happening here eventually. Nice wide sidewalk here. Sometimes these buildings take, you know, 5+ years. Where the sidewalks are basically just a tunnel walking through scaffolding but yeah, this looks so nice now. Got like some nice landscaping here. We're on Spadina now. We just turned onto Spadina. Something exciting is coming. Ooh. Really? I'm a bit skeptical of of that, but I guess we'll see. It's probably going to be some sort of chain store, no doubt, right? How exciting can that be? Maybe it's a Shake Shack. Is that exciting? I don't know. Yeah, just in time for the snow. Hey, perfect timing. Downtown, where all the lights are bright. She's still alive, man. She just published a book, you know, Petilia Clark. She just published a book. She's like in her 90s now. And I think the title of the book is a quote, a John Lennon quote. It's like, "Is that you, Petilia?" That's the title of the book. And that's something John Lennon said to her when she walked into his hotel room when he was doing his bed-in for peace with Yoko Ono. Remember when they were in bed for like a week promoting peace? And then he was in Montreal doing that bed-in, and Petilia Clark was in Montreal, so she went to the hotel to see him, and she walked into the hotel room as all kinds of people were there, you know, the press and everything. So she walked in and he looked at her and he went like, "Is that you, Petilia?" You know, in his John Lennon voice, you know. And so she made that the title of her book. Petilia Clark, Sal. She was a singer. Well, I mean, she's still alive, but she was a very popular singer in the 50s, 60s, you know. She had hit songs in like not only English, but also in German and Spanish and French and Italian. Yeah. Oh, here comes another train. Trying to get the full tower, but it doesn't look as good. Let's go back to here. That's the Up Express train. That one's going to the airport. Yeah, she sang Downtown. That's her biggest, well-known, most well-known song. Hey, Giz Schmeckman, how you doing? I enjoy saying your name. Alright, I'm gonna get across here before the light changes. Hey, 60s freak, hello. A lot of people going to the well, by the looks of it. Neat shopping mall there. Hey, Mark Bass, hello. Or is it Mark Bass? One or the other. Yeah, I love when I walk through a wall of smoke like that. I know weed is legal and everything, but you really need to be puffing on a huge Cheech and Chong joint just standing on the corner, you know, in a crowd of people. I mean, do you really need to be doing that right then and there at that time in that place? I know it's legal, but it's still inconsiderate, right? To have all of your clouds of smoke just going in everyone's faces, including people who don't want to have to breathe in that. Like little kids even, you know, like pets, like whatever the case may be. Yeah, it's the same with regular cigarettes, but I find those make a lot more billowing clouds of smoke. Just envelop everything. It's easier to avoid the cigarette smoke, I find. Hey Hank, $10 for some munchies. The super chat train continues. Thank you very much, Hank. And I think that is my plan after the stream. Going to pop in somewhere, get some root beer, get some snacks. I think tonight a new episode of Pluribus is ready to watch, so I'll be watching that. This show I started watching, really into it so far. So thank you very much, Hank. Cheers, much appreciated, Hank. And hello, Doc. Live portraits. I'll draw you while you shop the market. Pick up on your way out. So I think this is the night market. It's back here again. It was here before and then they shut it down, but now it's back. Check out the moon. They have a moon in there. This is at King and Spadina. Hey, Brad Palmer. Happy Friday.
Night market?
Hot Girls Shop Local. That's right. No chain stores for hot girls. Too much music in there though, unfortunately. Otherwise I'd go in there and check it out. I'd have to mute the audio, so I'll just not bother. Hello, Marg. Welcome, Marg. Toronto Night Market every weekend until December 14th. What are the hours? 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. So, you know, looks like a neat place. Maybe I'll do a pre-recorded video, then I can just edit out the music. Hello, Christina. Yeah, right at King and Spadina. Yeah, I'm not waiting. All these people are going. When in Rome. And they say nobody goes against the light in Toronto, right? They're not very observant. It's always funny when you watch a visiting American who's in Toronto making a video, whether they're doing a pre-recorded video for their channel or they're doing a live stream. Because a lot of Americans have this perception of Canada and of Canadian cities as being sort of utopian, where some of the unpleasant things they encounter, you know, in the States, in the American cities, doesn't happen here. And of course it's not true, right? But they have this idea that it's true. Hey Lucio, hello. But you'll see lots of videos by visiting Americans who will be in Toronto or Montreal or Vancouver walking around, and they're maybe here for just like a very brief amount of time, walking around downtown for like an hour or less maybe on a certain time on a certain day, and they'll just make wild sort of assumptions and conclusions of the city based on their limited experience here, right? Like, nobody jaywalks, nobody honks their horns, things like that, you know? When it's just ridiculous because everybody does those things all the time here, right? Just because you didn't happen to see it in like a brief time that you're walking around doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Hello, Hannah, how you doing? Everybody's polite. Okay, a lot of people are polite, but not everybody, right? Hey, Derek, hello. Or it's so clean. They think if the streets aren't covered with garbage or the sidewalks aren't covered in garbage, then it's like abnormally clean. Quiz room, what's this all about? Play the game show in real life. Fun, interactive, immersive, okay. Cuban Cafe. Yeah, I really like this part of Spadina. This is the best part, I think. Oh, you've been there, Carlos. Yeah, it's good. It's legit. That's good to know. Alright, let's walk along a little bit of Queen here. I recently posted a video about Queen West where I counted the vacant storefronts over about a 2-kilometer stretch between University Avenue and Trinity Bellwoods Park. And I should have known, but some of the comments are just too much, man. I usually reply to most comments, but a lot of the comments on that video are just, I just look at them and I'm like, yeah, I'm just not even going to reply to that. They're just like so extremely negative, you know? Huh, a board game place here. Hey, got some New York action here. Look at that little New York old school taxi there. The Chrysler Building, Brooklyn Bridge, Statue of Liberty, Empire State Building with King Kong. Moscot. Bunch of celebrities. Saw Sean Lennon on there. There's a record store, Cops Records. That's a interesting choice, I guess, to put on display. I wonder if that's one of those record stores that's just too cool for school, you know? Like on High Fidelity, you know that movie?
So you have been. How do you know all this?
Where they'll mock you for your musical tastes and that sort of thing. Yes, do you have a copy of I Just Called to Say I Love You by Stevie Wonder? Go to the mall! Hey, Kevin Hawthorne, hello. Are they super nice in there? Okay, that's good, Carlos. I was just, you know, I was just talking. I don't know. I haven't been in there, so. You've been around more spots than I have, Carlos. Holy jeez. Sonic Boom is more like that. I have been there. I have been there, yeah, a bunch of times. Pat Boone. Didn't Pat Boone do a record of heavy metal covers? There's the other black market. There's two of them here on Queen West. This one you go upstairs, the other one you go downstairs. There's still cool stuff on Queen West. I think a lot of the negativity in the comments from my video are from people who used to hang out here in like the 80s or 90s or whatever, and then they got old and they just lost touch with what's going on now, and they just assume it all sucks now and they have nothing nice to say about it anymore because the places they used to go to 30-40 years ago don't exist anymore. Well, yeah, no shit, that's a long time. It doesn't mean there aren't new places, you know. I feel kind of ranty tonight, I don't know. When you have a YouTube channel that talks about a city all the time, you just get a lot of comments that just start to bug you sometimes, you know. Starts to bug you. Didn't mean to bug you. Especially when the city is Toronto, which is the city that gets the most hate in all of Canada, right? Mainly by people who don't live here or have never even been here. Let the rants fly. I just thought of that Seinfeld episode. Let the expletives fly. Is this a new pizza place? Caribbean Slice. Doesn't look like it's open yet, but that's cool. That could be good, right? You're in the mood for a good rant, yeah? I guess I am too tonight. Seems to be the case. Ooh, someone's getting freaky tonight. Lorraine, yeah, I know, right? Some people just aren't big city people. A lot of people apparently aren't big city people.
If you don't stop, she's like, I'll kill you, bitch. And it's like,
It's going all right, Leo. I'm having a spirited walk around tonight. Ooh, what is love, baby? Don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. I'm on Queen Street, Queen West, but we're heading east. Hello, Wei, how you doing? Am I growing my hair long again? Well, I'm letting it grow, I guess, for now, yeah. I'm not sure how long I'll let it get this time. I'm letting it grow for the winter, you know, keep my ears warm. Hey, I believe you, Giz. Although New York gets a lot of unwarranted flack also. It's one of the safer big cities in the United States, but it has, you know, this old reputation from, you know, the dark days of the 1970s and 80s that it hasn't managed to shake yet, you know. People still think of it as this crime-infested place because it was in the 70s and 80s, right? But It's not anymore. There are way more other cities in the US that are more dangerous than New York now, but I get you. I get you. Hey, funny dog, hello. Welcome to the rant live stream tonight. Yeah, taxi driver, right? Yeah. New York in the 70s, man. It was something. Hey, Robert Sprite, hello. Hello, Kenzo. Okay, we're going up University Avenue. I'm going to go north for a bit now. Hey, Mr. Niles. And Crikey, how you doing? Play the jaunt. Yeah, we're getting around. I'm trying to walk around areas that I didn't, you know, last time, basically, or the time before that. Although I did walk along University Avenue, I think. But I'm actually going to get off of University Avenue. I just wanted to come up here for a little bit. Yeah, a lot of leaves still on the trees, even some green leaves. Temperature is going down according to the weather beacon up there. Hey Neville, hello. Yeah, that's the US Embassy right there. That's it right there. Or US Consulate, I guess, right? The embassy is in Ottawa. Did I not make it all the way across? Ay, caramba. University Avenue, man. I was dawdling a bit looking at the embassy, or the consulate. That's it right there, anyway. I could have made it across. I can still if I run right now. Oh, maybe not now. Oh, no worries, Vivian. No worries at all. Take a break. Have a good night. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the next one when you're all refreshed. Yeah, cheers, Vivian. And thank you once again. Do all the things that Vivian just said there. Like, share, subscribe. Hit the notification bell. I'm on the way to 30K subs. University Avenue at this time, not the most lively part here, especially south of the hospitals. A bit more activity up by the hospitals, but this part is a bit quiet in the evenings, as you can see. It can get pretty busy though during business hours and at rush hour. Lots of people walk down here. But let's get off of University, as I was saying. Yeah, I do like the wide sidewalks, right? And they have really good bike lanes here also on University. Nice big wide protected bike lanes. But now we're on Dundas. Big Belly, now open Greek street food. This is brand new. Open till 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday. 10 p.m. the rest of the week. That's a fun name, Big Belly. Sort of reminiscent of Belly Buster, the submarine place. Is this?
It's so clear.
I'm not sure how old this is. That might be sort of new also. Hey, Bill Chow, hello. Alright, let me cross here. Shot looking towards Yonge and Dundas.
Yeah.
Remember Xanta? Oh yeah. I haven't seen him in a long time, but yeah, I think last time I saw him out on the streets, he was going around in a mobility scooter. Maybe like about 5 years ago or something. He was at Yonge and Dundas, and during the scramble crossing at the intersection, he went in his mobility scooter, parked it in the middle of the intersection, got out of his scooter and did push-ups in the middle of Yonge and Dundas, and then got back in his mobility scooter and drove off once the light cycle ended. So he was still trying to do his thing, you know, even though he can't really get around too well anymore on his own 2 feet. And he had signs on his mobility scooter saying to check out his social media. Like follow Xanta on Instagram or whatever. And also he has a Wikipedia page that he was advertising on his scooter also. I guess he doesn't want his infamy to die off, you know. No, he's not faking. He just can't walk around too well, but I guess he can still get out of his scooter and, you know, he can technically still walk, but he probably can't walk long distances. So he needs the scooter to get around, but he can still get out of it and, you know, walk on his own 2 feet when he really needs to. So I looked up his Instagram and then I followed him and then he followed me back. So yeah. So Xanta and I follow each other on Instagram. Although, you know, he hasn't built up the best reputation for himself either over the years. He had a lot of very unsavory behavior on the subways and whatnot. He got banned from the TTC a bunch of times. Mainly the way he interacted with women on the subway made them feel unsafe, so you can probably figure out. He didn't tend to like how some women were dressed, and he would go up to them and tell them that they shouldn't be wearing what they're wearing, you know, stuff like that. So obviously that's not cool, so he got lots and lots of complaints and whatnot, so they banned him from the TTC. But hopefully he's doing better, you know. I'm not sure what he's up to these days. I never knew him in any way. I think I said hi to him once or twice. That's about it. He was just one of those Toronto characters, right? His heyday was like 20 years ago. He was doing peak Xanta antics. For those who don't know, he was this guy who would go around Toronto wearing a Santa hat, but he would wear no shirt and he would wear shorts, like gym shorts or something like that, shirtless with a Santa hat, and he was really muscular, and he would do bare knuckle push-ups in the middle of the street all the time and that sort of thing, and he would shout weird slogans that people associated with him, like yes, yes, yes. He would just, I don't know, he was just a weird dude who behaved in a very unusual manner in public, and he just became well known because he was always out there doing it. It didn't matter if it was winter time, a cold winter day, he'd still be out there shirtless with his shorts, running around doing push-ups in the street and on the sidewalks and whatever. And then somebody was inspired by him, so somebody made a comic book about him. So there's an actual comic book about Santa that somebody made. And then he became sort of like a folk hero of sorts, I guess, with a lot of people. But then over time, stories started to come out about his unsavory behavior, right? Well, he put on a lot of weight. He used to be all buff and fit. But then, for whatever reason, I'm not sure what happened, but he started putting on a lot of weight. And so he lost his physique, basically. So that's Xanta. It's with a Z, right? Z-A-N-T-A. But he could be a big, intimidating guy, right? Like, if he yelled and acted aggressively, then yeah, people were scared. Because he was this big, muscular, tough-looking dude. I think the story is that he was a regular guy who worked construction, I think, and he was up on a ladder doing some work, and he fell and hit his head. And then after that, he was changed, right? After a major brain injury, it can change your entire personality, and he just became like a different person after that and started doing his Xanta-like behaviors after that. I'm not sure if that's the legit story, but that's the story I heard. It was the result of a traumatic brain injury. So that's all I know about Xanta. We're on Bay Street. I think his real name is David Zenkali, something like that. Yeah, he was a push-up master. Bare knuckle push-ups. Is that his real name? Okay. Zenkai, okay. Well, that's why he's in the scooter now. Okay. So poor guy, he was hit by a car. And that's why he had to go around in a mobility scooter after that. Okay. I wonder if he was in the street doing push-ups and things like that, and that's why he was hit by a car, right? I don't know. Why is that, Jollykins? A lot of people in Toronto know all about Xanta. This isn't like top secret knowledge or anything. He was a very well-known figure here in the city. He has a Wikipedia page. Everything I'm saying, I think I just read on his Wikipedia page, right? This is why I know this. It's public knowledge. He's just a person. Hey, the pusher, hello. Speaking of push-ups. You miss the chaos of the city. Yeah, sometimes I enjoy the chaos of the city. Sometimes it annoys me, to be honest, but I'd rather be in the city than not in the city, so I guess it's just something I have to I have to deal with or whatever. Try to embrace it, I guess. And I do try to embrace it. You mean the guy who stands on the corner going, "Believe," that guy? I haven't seen that guy in months. Hopefully he's okay. He's been a fixture, or he was a fixture at Yonge and Dundas for decades. He's in a bunch of my videos, you know, from past times, past walks. His name is Sarko, and I think he lives somewhere up in North York, because he takes the subway downtown. People have seen him on the subway. Yeah, I don't know. Hopefully he's okay. He was, you know, getting pretty old, so I don't know. Maybe he retired. But he's a nice man, right? He was always very friendly. If you wanted to stop and say hi to him, he wouldn't like yell like things in your face or whatever. He would just politely converse with you. But if you're just walking past, he liked to startle people. That was his thing. He'd just suddenly yell really loud in a bellowing voice to unsuspecting passersby. He would yell like, "Believe in the Lord," or something like that. Hey, John O'Meara, hello. Sounded like Dracula. Maybe I sounded like Dracula when I was trying to imitate him. I never thought he did, though. Going up Bay now. Nice wide sidewalks here too. Are you asking me if I'm afraid of the dark? I'm definitely not afraid of the dark. I love the dark. I embrace the dark. I was molded by it. Alright, we just turned onto Wellesley Street. Right, Alan? I walked past here during my last stream, but in the other direction. So doing something different this time. I'm going to continue east here along Wellesley. Yeah, and I knew lots of goths, Scott, back in the day. Somehow I ended up in a friend group that was largely composed of goths. I'm not sure how that happened, because I'm not goth and never have been goth, but for some reason all my friends were goths that I would hang out with. I was like the oddball. I was like, you know, on the show The Munsters, Marilyn was like the normal one. The normal person living with all the Frankensteins and Draculas and werewolves and all that. Well, I was the normal guy hanging out with all the goths. Yeah. I was the Marilyn. I do like a lot of the music, though, I have to admit. Maybe was our common ground, you know. I like the dark, moody, goth music. I enjoyed it. Industrial music, that sort of thing. I used to go to the Sanctuary on Queen West, hang out there. That was like a goth bar. That was before I even lived in Toronto. We would just come down just to go there. Just to go to the goth bar. Yeah, I had some emo friends also, but when the emo thing was big, I was a bit older. But I definitely knew a lot of emo people. I wasn't like exactly pals with them, but we were like acquaintances, I guess. Just from going to shows. I would always go to a lot of shows all the time where emo bands would play. So I met a lot of people who are part of that scene. Can I demonstrate the goth dance? No, I cannot. I cannot. There's Wellesley subway station. No, I wouldn't say emos are Depeche Mode fans. That's a different thing. Are you a little gothy, Lorraine? Yeah, I kind of got that impression. Yeah, the emo thing, like, you know, was like 15, 20 years ago was sort of when that was at its peak, I think. Right, we're just continuing along Wellesley. Some nice views here. Cityscape all around. Yeah, Slipknot is metal, like a certain subgenre of metal. Not really goth. Church in Wellesley, right in the heart of the village here. I think Manson got lumped in with goth, although a lot of hardcore goth purists would say that he isn't really goth. I think after Columbine, Manson got sort of lumped in with the whole goth thing. But there was a big crossover, yeah. There was a big crossover. A lot of goth people listened to Marilyn Manson, so yeah. I think it depends on what vintage, what vintage of goth they are. The term sort of evolved over the years, right? So I know a guy who considers himself very goth, and he likes Manson. But he's a younger guy also. He's like a younger goth. A lot of the older goths are in their like 50s and 60s now, right? The first wave or whatever. Alright, I see we just hit 2 hours and 30 minutes. And I'm almost at my destination. Just a bit further up ahead here along Wellesley. You listen to all music? Yeah, I listen to a lot of music also. I wouldn't say all music though. There's some that I just can't get into, but yeah. But I think I might start to wrap up the stream here. So I hope you all enjoyed the Friday night. I had a lot of fun. It turned into a bit of a ranty stream, but I didn't mind. It felt good. Hope you all enjoyed it. And my next stream will be Sunday, the Santa Claus Parade. So hit that notification bell if you haven't already done so. Obviously, subscribe also, like and share. I think that's around 12:30ish in the afternoon on Sunday, sometime around then. Early afternoon on Sunday. Hope to see you there. And I'll be premiering a pre-recorded video tomorrow evening around 7:15 p.m. Hope to see you in the live chat for that. So big thanks once again to everyone who checked out the stream tonight. It was a lot of fun. Thanks to the mods. Cheers to keeping an eye on the chat. And thanks to all the awesome support. I was spoiled tonight with all the super chats and super stickers. Thank you so much, everyone, for the fantastic and very much appreciated support tonight. And thank you to all the channel members as well. So until next time, I will continue. All right, have a great night, everyone. I'll see you all tomorrow for the premiere and Sunday for the Santa Claus Parade. And have a great night. Have a great weekend. And maybe Johnny might be streaming tonight. Maybe he's starting, actually. So check out Johnny Strides if you want to see more walking around Toronto tonight. Or if he's not, I'm sure he will be soon. All right, have a good night, everyone.